like a villain. Feeling good, not enjoying the press constantly mentioning my name, but I'll survive. I'm living. President. Joe Biden, you rock. Donald Trump, I'm sorry you got indicted, dude. That's one hell of a case I wish I was not at. My law firm should be able to handle it adequately with my files and your files combined. Do I think you should go to jail, Donald Trump? No, I don't. Do I think you should have released all those files to the press? No, I don't. Um, they're your files. Apparently, the other people on the trial wanted you indicted. I just wanted you not to be the president anymore because you fired me, so I'm not a disgruntled employee anymore. Thank you for basically breaking even with me. Um, I'm sorry you're getting so heavily sued. I'm still getting sued too, so I filed countersuits in return. Fired some shots across the bow. The only thing I wanted to be is a civil criminal lawyer or a civil criminalist, and the civil penalties are just being racked up for one particular Minnesota family for not telling me they were all criminals, which I would have just walked away from. Plus, after my time spent away from my mom, I didn't remember how much of a problem Mark had at this time, and Denise hating the military and all that kind of stuff, and trying to tear me out of that when I don't think my social workers have any other choice to just have me removed from that situation. Unfortunately, the person that took me from my home 2 years ago was not a social worker, it was a CMHC employee. Also, a mentally ill man at the same time who was driving while deaf and impaired. He took me to the wrong facility. I was to go to one of Terry Schneider's facilities. He attempted to say that as I was either drunk or intoxicated when I was not. Detox took me in, found 0 levels of intoxication. Then the press started lying, or not really the press, but KCLD, KDWB all went haywire. People were stalking what I was listening to. Um, that's the reason why the restraining orders are just flying out the window. Um, Mark Zuckerberg didn't want me talking to Trump. Trump's not my best friend. Trump, you're going through shit, dude. If you want to run, that's up to you. It's only going to draw more strain on your relationship with the people that are prosecuting you because they really don't want you to. They really don't want me doing anything either, other than doing my law degree and my lawyering and my TV shows and stuff like that. I'm not sure what CGW has in store for me next, but CGW law offices would be a good call if you want to refer or give shout out, say Richard Witt sent you to, or the DrFun1 sent you off to CGW law offices for all of your monetization needs of cell phones, apps, YouTube, anything like that. Also, personal injury lawyers, they can set you up with those. Hit follow, like, and share on all my content. Not sure the URLs or website addresses you need to go for that. Via.tv, those are really cool if you're a webmaster. Same thing as the .com, only a little less expensive. Hopefully more sites will pick up on my streams. You guys rock. LTDstore.com, you guys rock. Linus Tech Tips was a good show tonight. Sorry I couldn't catch all of it. What's up, the original Mark Z? I won't go down the list of girlfriends like I always do, but what's up, guys? I miss you. All the ladies are so beneficial to my stream. Everything you guys do is amazing. WCCO.com and KCLD.com. I regret to inform you that you are now owned by me. NBC, ABC, CBS, CBSN, CBS News, Disney, ABC, Fox, everybody else. Just stay tight. Keep working on it. Make more female-centric content for the day shift. The evening shift would be more manly and sporty-ish. Mike Max, you rock. You've always been a really strict father figure of mine. Same with you, Frank Vassalero. I'm sorry that they had to lie to you once again. Just really like to apologize for suing the hell out of the entire country. like to apologize to the White House for not being there to help you, Joe. When I seen the footage of you falling over, getting your leg kicked out from under you on TikTok, that is a sleepy Joe Biden. That's someone being malicious that it wasn't even in the room with you or getting off or on the plane or wherever that was. And yes, you're still sleepy Joe Biden. You're still one of my favorite presidents. And in the last 20 years, I think the only presidential decision that I think Barack Obama and Joe Biden have a combined influence on is dropping life sentences down to 20 years. I think that's the only disagreement I had with Barack Obama. As far as the crime syndicates, as the Sinaloa cartel, hopefully the FBI and DEA will go back after that and do some cleanup work on that. Um, as far as the girlfriend army goes, just keep calling CGW for modeling shots, get work, show your pictures on DrFun1 Media. Um, what's up, Christine Collier? What's up, Lynx Twins? All you guys have been so supportive of me. I appreciate all the well wishes I'm getting on Facebook from all the female celebrities. Megan Fox, you rock. Eminem, you've always been the biggest bag of candy I've ever owned in my life. Eminem, thank you for being my friend. Dr. Dre, you rock. Rock on. Rock on with your bad self, Dr. Dre. Andre the Avid and the Allen and Heath. Shout out to my best friend Kirk Newsom from Kirk Newsom Studios in Texas. That isn't a legitimate studio, but if he wants to coin that, he can call CGW law offices. I'll allow it, not for free. He won't become an online curator or content creator. That's up to him. I strongly suggest Kirk makes fun of his family back. Instead of getting mad, he should take a chill pill, smoke some weed, do a doobie. Raymond Renfro and Tony Renfro, what's up, guys, from the TNT show and the currency community? What's up, Roger Cottrell or Roger Goodell, Michael C. Cottrell? I caught some of the original Mark Z this morning. It sounds like Iraq's really coming along. Joe Biden, keep going over the regular Midran project in your brain, get it done. I think you have a good shot of winning the next election. My money's behind Nancy and me, though, the actual money. So just grant my trust fund back to CGW and Dr. Robin Molina, my actual office. Keith Ellison, stay on the job, dude. You should get some press time in order. Hopefully I won't get fined again by my own law firm. Hopefully I won't have to appear nude being brought out of my house naked again. That seems to happen a lot. As far as the Wright County Sheriff's goes, you guys rock. Howard Lake PD, sorry for the bad joke. We only had one security officer that pissed me off. I guess he wasn't an actual Howard Lake PD. You guys rock. Donate to Ukraine. Go to WCCO.com or WCCO.com for further television updates. That's a 24-hour news network that you can watch online. Go to KCLD for all your music needs. Hit up the QR code at the top. That's www.kcld.com. Hey, what's up, guests? How you doing today? You guys rock. Talk, type, and text all you want. I'll answer. Just hit me up. Just a shout out. As far as anything else goes, if you'd like to support my stream, here's your QR code down there. You can support my stream, send in as much as you want. It's for coffee, Lunchables, things like that I need throughout the day. Not sure if my rep payee is gonna allow that, but I'll try it. As far as my favorite soft drink goes, it's Mountain Dew, Diet Coke, or Ice Mocha. I usually live off those. McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you guys rock. Culver's, everybody should go to their local Culver's store in the Midwest. Check out your local Hooters. Check out Twin Peaks and other regions if you like that kind of stuff versus going to the nudie bar so you don't walk away with an unhappy ending or being carried out of a club naked. Coincidentally, Eminem has done that. As far as the court cases go with MPD, I'm not even willing to get involved in that because MPD has shown an extreme temperament against me of just standing around looking angry and ordering me to leave the scene of the crime when I've committed no crime. In the Chauvin case, that really pissed me off. That was excessive force. He had prior excessive force conviction, not a conviction, but excessive force violations before, which I'm pretty sure he did due to the way he strangled the guy out with the ground, with his knee to the back of his neck and his neck and his Adam's apple hitting the ground with the concrete, which connected with the ground, suffocated him to death. An ambulance should have been called, whether it was a gun possession claim or not. As far as the Dr. Walter Rush trial, he needed to spend more time in prison. That court case is apparently still afoot. I'm asking for the full weight of the government to be pressed right down on Rush's neck. As far as the Lance Johnson trial goes, he didn't get enough time. This is a rape by consortium case that I actually worked with my father, who wanted some time away from me just to collect his thoughts and keep his family safe, which I expected him to do. I just don't like it because I want time and attention with my dad while he's still alive, like I've never gotten in my entire life because of my job. As far as Barack Hussein Obama goes, you're a poopy head, Barack. Michelle, you should have married me, except for he was your boyfriend. Michelle Obama, we would have made a great couple. No, I'm just kidding. As far as what's left of the Reagan family, you guys rock too. Same with Jimmy Carter's family. You guys have been more than enough supportive of my careers. I say careers versus saying one career because I have more than one career. Joe Biden, keep up the good work, make a good press play. You might want to focus some energy on the Twin Cities again, Joe Biden. Give it that one last push before I kick your ass in the primary with Nancy Pelosi or me. Um, Unfortunately, Joe is now falling asleep from depression and extreme crying over missing me, just sobbing to death. The only thing he can do is just sob. I miss Richard. Only that sounds more like Billy Clinton. Billy Bob Clinton. As far as Billy Bob Thornton's concerned, he's the luckiest man on earth. Angelina Jolie, you rock. As far as KCLD is concerned, I love producing for your show. I will not quit in the midst of my struggle of opening my businesses. The Pokemart that I'm interested in buying for the Twin Cities metropolitan area and St. Paul region and Duluth and Alexandria should be instated by CGW law offices as soon as possible and progress more marketing. The marketing agency, I've not met with their marketers yet. They seem to be doing an extremely good job of getting me followed. I just wish the ads were more expensive. They're expensive to run. People need to get paid. What's up, Madison Beer? I've not seen your latest commercial. I've seen some of your music. It sounds good. As far as Avril Lavigne, she is the bomb-ass, most cutest singer from Canada that has ever existed. Best Canadian import by far. Please go back to Canada. Leave my wife alone. Stop sleeping with her, Avril Lavigne. Oh, I'm just kidding. Ever just forget I ever said that. Um, Megan Fox, I'm sorry the difficulties you're going on with life right now. I just seem to forget that I care about you more than anything else in the world, just like I do for Ari, Selena, Taylor, and Camila, and Avril, and Taylor. You guys all rock. Thank you for all being supportive on my streams, and watching and watching me make a fool's ass out of myself while I've made numerous tape confessions of being a homicidal maniac with a lightsaber. Since I am Anakin Skywalker, I am your father, Mark Robinson. Marcus Robinson. Pete Davidson has no money. Trying to think what else am I supposed to say. All Pete Davidson's ex-wives, other than Ariana Grande, are extremely ugly and fat. Dave Ryan in the morning shows now married to weather girl Jenny. You should check that out, WCCO, because weather girl Jenny is Dave's wife. He's not allowed to have her on the show anymore. No, I'm just kidding. You can investigate that for yourself. Cat and JJ in the Playhouse. I think you guys should give him a call. Dave, I need a reference for KCLD in case you haven't given me one. And I'm sorry, Ryan Seacrest, you have a pending lawsuit for hitting follow, like, and share and sharing on my content. Please do not share on my content and use it on your show, Ryan Seacrest. Dave Ryan, you can. Cat and JJ Plant, can. The rest of the content derivers, you can. Facebook, you rock. In the video, welcome to the team. They are not worth $1 trillion. Instead of $1 billion, it's $1 trillion in the video. What's up, Asus Rogue? I would highly encourage you guys to go out and pick up the new Asus Rogue video game handheld gaming set. If you're in computers and watch Linus Tech Tips a lot, you should probably check out Asus Rogue. They have some pretty good laptops. ExoticPC.com needs to update their system and get more high-end computers on there with the 128 gigabyte featured laptops, higher dedicated servers. Exotic PC if you need a loan or a business deal, since I think I own you or I made an attempt to buy. That hasn't been announced in the press yet that I bought Exotic PC. I might. There are some other PC companies out there that I do own or have partial control of. I've been made aware, HP, you need high-end gaming computers. I've been telling you this for years, Bill Gates. Put LED lights, RGB lights, LED RGB lights in the HP gaming computers. Bill, if you're watching. As far as my health and well-being, I'm doing good, chilling like a villain, not foreseeing any medical complications in the near future other than I'm blind and don't have glasses. And I'm not blind, like legally blind, I mean I can barely see without my glasses. The corrective lenses, that's the only restriction on my driver's license. As far as the Twinkies are concerned, you guys rock. Mike, Vikings, Wolves, Saints, you all rock. Trying to think who else is trying to get down on me. The only reason why I don't like sports anymore is because it was a job, made me income. I don't want to do it again. Other than watching it, I find sports humorous still. The only reason why I am not watching any of the games is because I am restricted to a room because there are people I don't like who make snide remarks out in the outer common areas of my house. Not the staff. Um, I think what else am I trying to say? I just ripped some booty. Tim Waltz, you're doing an awesome job. Pick up some new sites as far as some stadiums or some other stuff can be built. Submit that to CGW law offices. Somewhere around Wright County, Duluth area, maybe St. Cloud, Alexandria, maybe some event centers can be planned for music halls and other things like that on a grand stage. Keith Ellison, you're the bomb, diggity. Um, I have nothing else to say other than nice words about Keith Ellison compared to what he could have done to me in the settlement agreement. As far as Champlain PD is concerned, you guys, you got your hands full. I'm sorry that I have no more applicable on dialing 911 on my little problem. I'm at a non-colloidal silver. Pulse is still a little bit high, still suffering from arrhythmia, a little bit of tachycardia after the effects of having a tachycardiac heart attack and cardiovascular disease imminent sometime in the next 10 years or so to go. Other than that, I am fine. I must quit smoking by 50. I know that, or I will die by 67. Already having problems with emphysema, even though my lungs are pink, only because I caught pneumonia a very long time ago. I never got rid of it. As far as Joe Biden go concerned, Nancy shall defeat you. You will be defeated, Joe Biden, by Nancy Pelosi. She shall take her reign supreme, and Hillary Clinton will back her up every day of the week. Hillary, I think you should toss your name in the ring for presidency again. Whether Billy Bob Clinton thinks he can or not, I think you should divorce him. I can provide you a divorce attorney. I'm sorry your marriage has been strained over the years. Hillary, you should move to the Twin Cities with Chelsea. Barack Hussein Obama should also live here so the Secret Service can have a field day on the American populace that lives here in the Twin Cities and metropolitan area. As far as the 7 county metro is concerned, there aren't too many places to build, so I'm sorry if they're building structures that aren't pleasing to the eye. And if they're not pleasing to the eye, contact your local sheriff's department and tell them to bulldoze it. No, I'm just kidding. The reason why they don't build big, beautiful buildings like US Bank Stadium would be because architects don't have that je ne sais quoi that they used to. The buildings from downtown Minneapolis skyline should be irrevocably be changed by more buildings built by the Teamsters Union has been my opinion all along, and thank you to the Teamsters for backing me up and giving me training and guidance over the years. As far as the union's concerned, we are loud and proud. You guys must just stay calm in the face of adversity and attack ads that are going to be going on this season. The season that is forthcoming is the election season. The Get Out the Vote drive campaign for me and Nancy and Hillary should be started. As far as my CPAC is concerned, for elected office, we need donations. I'm not even sure where to go for that or how that, but if Facebook could start sending those links out, I'd really appreciate it. For mine and Nancy's drink ticket, even though Nancy Pelosi hates me and hasn't sent me any text messages lately or voicemails because you're a dork, Nancy, and have no money. No, I'm just playing. I miss you, Nancy. I hope your husband's okay. That joke on Facebook was it was an accident. You know, my dad does have a sense of humor. Doesn't like you. I don't know why you don't like him or like her dad. She's actually really nice to me. So is Joe. Trump wasn't. Trump was not a good boss for me. He fired me on The Apprentice for making too much money too quickly and actually having an MBA from several different sources. That's only because Mark Zuckerberg's a dork, has no money of his own. He happens to be the coolest dude on the planet, which I think should be a monk, so I can sleep with Priscilla. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just off on a tangent. See you, Reverence. Jason DeRusha from WCCO taught me all about being irreverent in the face of adversity. As far as Chris Schaefer is concerned, you need to get into the IDF building and detect all of the software that you'll be using. The National Weather Service and NOAA, thank you guys very much for being applicable to my situation and dealing with Paul Douglas at these very difficult times, as Paul Douglas needs to go on a vacation for the rest of his life. Just kidding, Paul Douglas. Michael Douglas will never get a job ever again. I'm trying to think what else is going on. By the way, Michael Douglas, I apologize. Just joking. Sylvester Stallone, just wanted to say hi to you. Keanu Reeves, I saw your photo. Thank you very much. You need a shave. Or grow a beard. Don't have any white in it. Use some Just for Men, maybe. Talk to your wife from Supercar Blondie. Trump, message your kids. Donald Trump, you should be messaging your kids. That's all you should be doing right now. I'm preparing for court. Let's see here. 226 people have been charged with stalking in the Twin Cities metropolitan area. I wonder who they were stalking. Dwayne Rock Johnson, who were they stalking? Vin Diesel, who were they stalking? Is somebody famous in the family again, Ariana Grande? How did that happen? You check out the dancing girls of the Hot Wheels, the wheelchair racers, and their dance school, the Hot Wheel dance team. Check them out on YouTube. If the Hot Wheels racer dance team does not have a YouTube channel, they should get one immediately, and a Twitch channel monitored by parents. Trying to think what else is going on in my life that's super important to tell you. They might or might not be moving me from my humble abode. Hopefully they do. Just wishing I could drive, see, act, dance, do all that kind of stuff again on Star Wars, Star Trek, Fast and Furious. What's up, Ludacris? What's up, Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Trying to think who else is Suki. You guys rock. Trying to think who else. Steven Spielberg, yes, I'm still alive, loud and proud. You rock. George Lucas, all is not well in my life because I am sober and do not drink. I want some ganja. Ganja. Mota to my southern, south of the border neighbors and Latino Mota. And I'm not currently seeking out any peyote anymore as far as my Arizona fans are concerned. And because I don't like that stuff. I know it doesn't give you hallucinations, it's just like pot, but it does have a different after effect. And there are some hallucinogenic properties with it versus marijuana, which I don't use. But I do smoke the Delta 8 stuff from the smoke shop here in the Twin Cities. So just Champlin, Minnesota. Or Brooklyn Park. So let's see here. Trying to think of what else is going on. Fox and Friends, you guys rock. Um, Anderson Cooper, a long time no see, you rock, dude. I will still like to stay on as the producer at WCCO and KCLD and the regional television and radio stations in the area. As far as working directly on set at WCCO or KCLD, I'd like to work from my home office or my own the direct offices. Is my condition on CBS and K Cloud. Thank you very much on that. Trying to think what else is going on in my life. Alibaba Witt, I love you, even though you hate me. King David, I miss you, Dad. You rock. Massive Langolier, you rock. Just think who else am I going to say? Some shout outs to Troy Romer, you rock. I can't wait to be back in Bible class with you, and there's much to discuss. Remember, John 3:16 is my favorite Bible pastor or passage. Sorry, Bible passage. John 3:16. Read it. It's about forgiveness. Check out the hymns in the hymn book, Troy. See what's new and popping in there. So you can perform what out of your new parishioners. Looking at your new parishioners for music. Any church moratoriums you wish to do to me, please consider them not applicable because I need time to spend with my friends. And as far as men's breakfast is concerned, I'd like to rejoin that. Not sure how that's going to go over with everybody sitting at church. Justin Bowman, enjoy flying around in your airplane. I hope you've had a fun time away from me. As I'm sure Justin Bowman's aware, he just said I'm unsavable. Unfortunately, Justin Bowman, I'm unsaved. Jesus is my savior. This time tomorrow night, we're going to be sort of on the borderline. Or Jesus. So unfortunately, Chris Schaefer must die, and the WCCO weatherman, Chris Schaefer. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is the bomb. He's the coolest dude in the world. Seriously, he put up with me when I fought with him over a test score. So. That and the kids used to tease me in high school, and Chris stood up for me, and he was my favorite science teacher, who coincidentally got a job working for CBS because of me, because I mentioned his name online, or somehow other, I don't know how he got the referral out of my mom or something like that. Also, misleading search results can negatively impact your life. A bad online reputation, significant risk of just job opportunities or new customers. A reputation better helps clean up your search results. As far as internet, television, and radio is concerned, I just love it to death. And Howard Stern, thank you for putting me in my book. If you haven't already done so, please do so. put Howard Stern in my broadcasting book, even though I have had no direct communications other than his SiriusXM posts on my Facebook site, which I think should consider that done deal. I think I need a broadcasting book through the publishers. So if there are any publishers out there worldwide, they should contact Cooper Grace Ward Law Firm or CGW Law Offices in Annandale for that one. About a broadcasting book that I'm not going to make the lawyer's call on. Just publishers are going to have to approach my law firm on that. James Patterson, what's up, dude? Long time no talk. Thanks for the book. Please contact your publisher about another series of books mentioning Ariana Grande and her extremely extensive military career. Mr. Hussein Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, you kicked some major ass on my phone. Michelle, I'm sorry you had to marry Barack instead of me. I was broke at the time. I understand that now. By the way, Martha Stewart, you look beautiful today and in your last ad. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And you should call Snoop. He has my number. As far as the team at WCCO is concerned, there were two new producers that were in malice that made fun of me. I didn't like it. Other networks were doing the same thing, being fed misleading information, trying to be comical when I took them as painful remarks of how much popularization has caused me to just be introspective and antisocial and thinking it's all my fault and all the world's problems are all my fault. But the cast of WCCO has stayed strong. People like AJ Hilton and Esme have managed to hold it together while they've been expanding their firings, and they can only fire so many people at so many times. They need to hire Dr. Robert Molina as my co-producer. Or maybe Kathleen Gabriel is my co-producer, so you can get direct text and updates from me. Trying to think of what else. The two co-producers on the morning show, I'm not sure what their beef is with me or who they went to for intel. They should probably be talking to Troy Romer in these very difficult times because the only trial I went to was an MI trial for mental health. As far as my staff are concerned, I just love you guys. Aaron Kodesh, you rock. I have no understanding of why you're trying to commit me again, or what the difficulty that was, why I wasn't allowed to appear in court on that one. Just blows right over my head. I should be allowed to defend myself in civil court too, but my law firm decided not to because of the people trying to hurt my image, career, credibility, which will likely not happen on CNBC. CNBC, I need more stories from you on my Facebook pages or DrFun1 News. Everybody should be checking out DrFun1 News if they want updates and stories from me and people around the world, musicians and bands that aren't covered under a magazine issue that I'm having on Facebook. Coincidentally, I will start a new magazine site and draw traffic to that because I'm having trouble accessing that. So if that goes haywire, run by anyone else other than me, they need to be sanctioned. Mark Zuckerberg, thank you very much. Not the actual magazine, but the Facebook page for the magazine. Also, keep looking for jobs on your job registry. Please post on Indeed, Kathleen, and and Robin Bellina, everything like that. The business sectors. And as far as the Amazon layoffs are concerned, that was more due to like inner office nonsense, and they didn't need that much staff now that most of their warehouses are run by robots. So it only takes a technical operator to run the robot, packager, and the UPS filler to get it done. As far as United Postal Service or Parcel Service, you guys rock. Sorry for giving you stalkers and just all kinds of weird shit going on at your office. Same thing with USPS and UPS. You need to have a nice little long chat with Champlin PD and touch base on your database of people that are walking in there trying to take my mail. Other than that, don't let it go without ID. I've now gone 40 minutes into my show with no chatters. Not my particular fondness for that. Other than particular being annoying, WCCO, you guys rock. Your other producers, I'm sorry they had to just get that money and run. That was their decision. Dr. Richard Pickering, or whatever your inclination for your master's degree, I think you should be a doctor. I think you should go back to college. I miss you. You live on in my heart. You'll always be my real dad, the person who raised me, the person who taught me perseverance. My pride may be hurt, I may be injured and scared, but it will regrow, the light will shine, and I will become a normal and a whole person again. Remind yourself of that, and I am reminding the same thing to myself now. I am an unbroken man. I have the spirit of God within me, and I'm not sobbing, and I am not crying my eyes out of anything other than missing my wives. Unfortunately, it's lack of sex that is causing us severe depression. Coffee, trazodone, and Zyprexa. Guess what happens when you mix those with caffeine and coffee? You become depressed. It's that med combination. If you think I am kidding, I am not. Let's see here. What else? I would love to go back on risperidone instead of Invega Sustenna. And my depression pills works better for anxiety and anxiety depression. As far as access to schizoaffective disorder, I don't think that should be my classification. I don't think that's what the diagnoser is getting at, or the current diagnoser went to at Centricare or at CBHH Annandale. I'm not even sure what the diagnosis is, other than extreme bouts of depression with hypomania. At this point, I think the hypomania is just due to exercise addiction and trying to burn and create endorphins just to take the physical pain away that I'm experiencing because of the depression. It's a biological impulse. Unfortunately, Nystrom Associates isn't capable of assessing any situation because they are not doctors and do not have psychiatric degrees. So they should not be preaching mental health inclusion when they only have psychologists on staff and not psychiatrists. As far as teamofhc.org goes, their staff are unqualified. I think for most of the their staff that I met with, they had a BSN or a couple of BSNs working with them. As far as the rest of them were concerned, they only had 2 to 4 year degrees compared to my extremely impressive count of many degrees. So I'd like the FBI to look into why their hiring practices and Keith Ellison as well, which is nothing but the heads of HR all around my state of Minnesota and Wisconsin are having issues with communication. So I highly suggest those MI and CD places open lines of communication between each other to discuss staff as well. As far as the staff shortages concerns of doctors and nurses, those doctors and nurses have to be minted. Not everybody makes it through their practicums. That's understandable due to their stress levels and high impact ratio on their jobs and job performances. I think a lot of people get into my particular field of mental health and consider themselves God of the whole unit. And when they find out 3 or 4 days later, whoever they're nice to had a mood change or whatever, they take personal offense out on it and then start attacking them. I've done that myself. I've learned not to and to try and be friends with the people that I really, really dislike. It's very difficult and very hard to do, but it's situational. Remind yourself of that, just like your friends and family. Same difference. You're not stuck with them. You can move away. It isn't that difficult to do so. But when you're stuck in a dead end job and have no ability to move around, it just kind of sucks. I do have a mobility issue. I am not confined to a chair or a bed of any kind. My legs might not be mine, but I'm not peg legged and hobnobbed. Thank you very much for that joke. I know my legs are not broken, but thank you for the bone replacements. I appreciate it. As far as MPD is concerned, I cannot wait to move back someday. It seems like an interesting problem you are having with your department. Keith Ellison should be aware he needs to be directing all of his traffic and effort towards that, not just even in the press, but with his investigators as well, because I think the use of force complaints are highly justified with the people that they're dealing with downtown, except for just the homeless people, because they need to separate the dangerous threat from the homeless population. And yes, there's a certain percentage of the homeless population that actually enjoy being homeless. I did it. I didn't want to go to the homeless shelter because it's more dangerous than wherever they're hiding is what they believe. And they get caught out in the cold, and then a social worker and police officer approach them. I understand that can be very scary, but it's really, really important that they need to understand there are services for mental health out there that are not dangerous, even though the press cycle has picked up on the ones that are malicious. There are other ones like hemp and healthcare and center care that are quite beneficial to society and that are making differences and strides in their fields every day. As far as center care is concerned, I highly suggest you guys become teaching hospitals and get as many PhDs of people from Harvard, Yale, and Georgetown all together, along with Stanford, clients at the U of M clinics and things like that, Mayo clinics and stuff like that need to talk to each other, share staff, share ideas, share new impacts on reality, compare notes. As far as papers and studies on me, those should not be coming out with any malice. The staff that talk shit frequently lie in public or create lies and innuendo that were repeated in the press will be held accountable by the press as well, I assume. I'm asking the White House to make that an applicable possibility. If they continue to stalk, dismay, and make wisecracks about people that I have found, calling me a stalker is unintelligible to my own damn self, so I have every right to walk around my own damn apartment building, walk to the store, and even walk through the grass of an apartment building. Even unless there are signs stating clearly and not even in the city ordinance that it is private property according to Minnesota state law, anyone can walk through that property at will. As far as DrFun1 is concerned, I would also like to buy the business, even though Trump and I own it together already, I'm sure, or did, or a percentage of it, so I was treated rudely there. So apparently everyone in Wright County knows me, so there are people that are act stalkerish and whatever, and are just standoffish with everybody there. I'm highly encouraging Buffalo Police Department to stay compliant with other MPs and other non-malicious militia and FAA clients and staff. I mean, not clients, but FAA people and staff on their team. I would also like the Wright County Sheriffs to work with the FAA hand and foot over a couple of summers ago's incidences because some of our troops were out in the full force of that. Um, as far as the FAA is concerned, I think you guys should talk to WCCO about what your game plans are. I know you don't talk to the press, but you hire a press agent, maybe talk to WCCO and ABC about the things you saw and witnessed in North Lake might be applicable. Same with the Secret Service and FBI. As far as being investigated, that's like an every 5 or 10 year thing for me. I'm used to it. Um, Surveillance is afoot in the Twin Cities, as all the press has said, just because of the high amount of celebrities that are now living here. You guys rock. Just don't really like some of the people that are going after my girlfriend army because they have enough money to try and buy and sell people. It really sucks. And do I like Agent Hilton? I do. He's got a great voice. It's soothing. It's interesting. CBS One, it's you rock. Al Roker, I'm glad you joined the executive party at CBS. You will do a great job, I'm sure. You're Ari's boss. Ari, RG, whatever. You rock. As far as Fox and Friends or Fox is concerned, you guys rock. Thank you for sending me the videos off of your camera phones. I'm gonna go an hour here. We're 51 minutes in, about to be 52. You guys are just so good for my lifestyle right now. Just the depression and stuff like this, the well wishes are just applicable at this time. Depression sucks. It's causing me to ask for reassurances from my staff all the time that I cared about, that I loved about. That's just my depression talking to myself and my introspect of being alone that causes that. But I have many friends on the internet that are very kind to me. I appreciate all the love and support at all times. As far as Kevin Glazenberg is concerned, I really wish he would reach out and touch me. Or at least give me a call or a text and see if you'd like to work in my data center at the IDS building physically. As far as being on one of the news sets, I will say no. But as far as a web engineer on the team, I have said yes to that repeatedly. So hopefully my law firm has reached out and touched you in some manner. If you have not, talk to me as soon as possible and call me on my own damn cell phone instead of at one of my job sites, please. Not sure if Kevin Glazenberg is watching, but I'm sure someone else is that knows him on Twitch, YouTube, or Twitter. Please tell him to get a hold of me, or Darren Burns can do the same thing as far as Sokar is concerned. Sokar the Great, you are the bombest ass chat moderator on the face of the planet, besides Kevin Glazenberg, also not acknowledge. William Drew, I'd like to give you a shout out for giving me my start and giving me a fondness for web programming again at a time when I didn't think I could ever code and hypertext markup language. We have now spawned 2.0 and Web 3.0 and CMS licenses, and Facebook's gone off the deep end with bajillion users. As far as the British Parliament's concerned, I hope I never have to go back to Great Britain ever again in my life, regardless of what the White House thinks. I have interest in traveling to anywhere other than the White House. So just be aware of that. I'm sure someday another place will come to mind. I'd like to have coffee with Joe Biden and my family, along with Barack and Michelle Obama, for good old time's sake. And not in the media room and brought out on the WCCO, doing a walk-in, or whatever crazy cockamamie thing you did on the WCCO and at the White House Capitol, Ariana Grande. I'm sorry I attacked the press, hate speech, and just went off the deep end on Facebook, so I apologize. As far as the person with that hit Ariana Grande with the padlock, that person is deceased. That's very good. Oh my God, thank you for surviving. I appreciate it. As far as Sean Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Love Combs goes, you rock, dude. I appreciate it. Sorry to beat you up in the press here in the Twin Cities. That needs to end. Start the Squash the Beef campaign, which can only be done by the FBI director back up again. Um, as far as the Army Corps of Engineers is concerned, you guys still rock. The Marine Corps Division of the Hacking Group, please be on your best and enjoy your jobs, enjoy your consoles. If you're in the Marine Corps, Army Hacking, or Air Force, or Navy Hacking Divisions, hopefully you guys are all sharing information. I'm glad the four of you are standing up there on that stage and I am not. As far as being head of that, I really like it. As far as Linus Tech Tips is concerned, you guys rock. Tell Dave I said hi. Oh my God. And get WCCO, be honest about my paycheck. I can't believe I'm going to lose money by moving, but I'm going to do it. I promise to post more and get my fund more lucratively monetized by that time. Well, thank you, Cooper Grace Ward, from the last bit of information I just picked up. Unfortunately, we're in a drought year. My grass has died where I currently live. The news just reminded me of that. Yay. When? WCCO. Since you guys rock so hard and have everything figured out at WCCO.com and KCOD, I will turn this now off. Please be on your best. Alright, there are still plenty of annoyances you'll have to grieve about when you get into that community for long enough, like the X and Y missing chromosome people coming over for coffee. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, as far as Stillwater, Minnesota is concerned, you guys rock. It's Chris Shaver's home community. You will always be in my heart. I'll be in my heart. Buddhist monasteries still rock. In Indonesia. I'm gonna cut this off right